Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Yankee and the Brit. This is MMA Underground. I'm Jay. He's Maddie, and we are here with a special guest, Darwin Dangerous Pugh.
What's going on,
doing, sir? Thank you for coming on.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was really excited when we started talking, and I went on YouTube and I started checking you out. And I was really excited to get you on. Because anybody who watches MMA Underground with us is right now, we're really been blessed to have the Street Beefs people behind us.
Yeah.
But it's nice to talk to somebody else who's fighting somewhere else besides Street Beefs also.
Right.
As much as we want to have all the Street Beefs on.
Shout out to Street Beefs, man.
Yeah, the Yankee and the Brit Street Beefs Underground is what it's been for,
right.
for the past few things.
I mean, they're doing a lot. And, I think you're going to see some of those guys come over to where we're at. So you guys are kind of lucky that you get to talk to them before they actually, get over here and start getting some pictures taken of themselves and everything like that.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where they're all saying they want to go. And you said that you would actually like to go into Street Beefs and have a
I mean, luckily, I'm still kind of like on that cusp of where like I'm not a professional at this moment, so I could go over there and possibly get matched up and do something and get some of that internet love that they're getting. But it really depends on what opportunity presents itself first.
Yeah, well, I see you out there doing some work. I see you getting your amateur fights in, getting the experience. Doing your thing out there, man. And
I think it's important to get out there as an amateur and get as much, get as much in as you can because a lot of these guys are padding their records, man. If you can go out there as an amateur and fight the best guys that you can, short notice like I have, there's a lot of jitters that you won't have. It's just gonna prepare you for the next level. My last fight, even though as an amateur, we had a little bit of different rules go on, so we actually got to get in there without shin guards. And I think stuff like that is going to prepare you for the next level. So,
yeah, and you're put in situations that at this level that you're going to have to deal with at every level. It's helping you. I don't know what it's like in high school. If I got into a fight, it was right then and there, right?
Right.
You guys got time to think about it. You got to walk to the cage or the ring. I don't know what that is psychologically, and it's got to be a little draining, wouldn't it be? So to get used to that.
Well, like I said, I've taken a few short notice fights, and I think that to kind of compare. I think that's a little bit more draining because it's like, you never fight at home. You always fight maybe 3 to 5 hours away. So if you take a short notice one, you've got someone that's been getting ready for somebody for 5 to 6 weeks, but their guy fell out and then you step in and, you might not have gotten in your 3 weeks. So, and this guy might be a champion, you know what I'm saying? So that right there is a little bit draining versus, you know the guy, you know who he is, you know what he's good at. You get what I'm saying? Now everything is fun. Everything is game time. You pull up, there's music, everybody in the town, all your friends are there. Now it's playtime.
And you got big moves coming, I see. Like you're doing it the right way. You're getting your amateur fights in, you're getting your experience, you got a management team.
Right. Yes, sir. Yeah, they're like I said, they're a bare knuckle management team. They're pretty much making sure that I have everything that I need to convert over to bare knuckle to take the MMA gloves off and to be successful and to get some wins over there.
That's very cool. That is a crazy sport right there with bare knuckle boxing.
It is. Yeah, but I just kind of feel like as a fighter, man, it's about legacy for me. I started out boxing and then I made the conversion over to MMA. And, just as a fighter, man, I just want my legacy to mean something. So, yeah, I want to be seen doing MMA. I want to be seen doing bare knuckle boxing because, I'm a fighter and I feel like that's how a fighter should carry it. And that's how he should carry himself. So You know, I'm out here being the fighter that I would respect, that I would look up to.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. And then how did you find like the switch over from boxing to MMA? What was that like? Because it is quite a hard transition for a few people. So how did you
Well,
find it?
to be honest with you, I wrestled in high school. I wrestled at 152. I had a really good high school coach. His name's Dan Antonelli. And he actually he actually went on to be in the Hall of Fame as far as wrestling goes. But we had this one guy who would come to our boxing gym. He was the only MMA guy. And he needed someone to get some groundwork in with. And I was able to, you know, after getting my boxing training in, I was able to go over on the mats and wrestle around with him. And then I said to myself, wow, man, I could be a complete fighter if I just get some Taekwondo or some Muay Thai up under my belt. And I met a really nice guy, really good coach by the name of Tori. And he's actually one of my sponsors now. Shout out to the Strength Academy. And he really just took his time with me to you know, to get my legs going. So from there, it was just really about becoming a complete fighter.
And that sounds like the kind of guy that you really want to be, like with the legacy idea behind it all. It's just a straight fighter, just get in the ring and come at me, man.
You know, being a boxer, you know, starting out as a boxer, there was something that I wasn't feeling this about myself. You know, when guys would come in from MMA and you knew that they wanted to take you down and you knew that they wanted to kick you, I didn't like that. I would say, you know what? I don't kick. You know what? I don't do this. I don't do that. You know what? I said, I want to learn this. I want to learn everything because I'm a true warrior. I'm a true fighter. So I should know it all.
That's awesome, though. That's a great outlook on it. And it's a really cool way to see how you progressed. I mean, you did a great job of bringing that through. So what made you think of, I have to ask, though, bare knuckle boxing? Because that's a whole nother level. Because in boxing, you have whatever size glove for whatever weight. I get that.
Right.
In the UFC or Bellator MMA, you got, you know, 4-ounce gloves. Now you're going in there, hands shatter, faces break. I mean, it's a whole different level.
To be honest with you, I just truthfully feel like my background, where I come from. I'm from Violent, New Jersey, and you know, fist fights, you know, that's you know, if you know, that's just how we get it, man. So you know, like I said, I'm from Bound, New Jersey. You're gonna catch some fist fights out that way.
And now you're down training in Florida?
Yes, sir. I'm down here in Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Team Reaper. That's my apparel sponsor. You know, they definitely looking out with all types of crazy gear. You know, I get to let the world know that the drip won't stop because, you know, they're always sending me something, man. If it's not a jersey, it's a gi. We got snapbacks, gear for our actual fights, whatever you want. Valley Tudo, Muay Thai shorts. We got it all. So, and we got
guys, I'll put that link if anybody wants to support the brand and get some merchandise. I'll drop that link in here or in the video for everybody, so you can look for that below.
Oh yeah, and I got the craziest logo.
All the drip, man. All the drip, like straight away.
Ain't never gonna stop, man.
I like that you're. We were talking about beforehand. You said that you're going for it like the proper way, like the way that people have done it before, and so taking your amateur fights, like getting your certification. But you are looking into other fields in terms of like, I know that the internet's a massive thing, so I want part of that. So that's a really good business outlook to have. Like, who would you consider taking on in like the street beefs? Or are there any other things that you would be thinking of doing in terms of like showing your own training videos on YouTube or anything like that?
Well, it mostly just comes down to you know, what everybody's doing. Like I said, street beefs, they are huge. You get what I'm saying? And they're kind of like a just something different. You know, if you might watch UFC, and then I flip flop a lot between UFC and one. One is really I really like one championship. So you know, I switch between those two, trying to see what guys are doing around my weight. And then, it's just a switch up to go to like street beefs and see what their guys are doing. But at the end of the day, it's all fighting. So I don't feel as though I'm doing something totally different. There were times where I actually trained with some pro wrestlers, and people thought that I was doing something like just totally like what is he doing? But the same training that we do for jiu-jitsu is the same training that we do for pro wrestling.
Okay.
So it's also, for me, people is like, oh my God, you're going to fight bare knuckle. It's like, bro, I go to the gym every day for like 3 hours. I fight every day. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you on an interview say that you fought 70, 85, and you were willing to take a 205 fight.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like, starting out training for wrestling at 152, being 160 most of my life, and then getting in the gym, eating, putting on some muscle, then going up to like 85, but walking around at like 88. You know what I'm saying? I'm not truly an 85, but I think it goes to show what type of skills that I have, that I'm able to go up in weight, fight bigger guys, because I know these guys are walking around at like 200, 210. Some of these guys are walking around 200, 210, and they get down to 55. You get what I'm saying? So I just think it kind of shows, where my skills really are, that I can go up and fight bigger guys, or I can get in the gym and lose the weight and fight at, 62 or 50 or 52.
It shows that your mentality, that you were like 205, bring them.
Yeah. But depending who the 205,
Fair enough.
Hold up, everybody at 205, don't hit me up, because it's some really big guys up there, man. One of my friends is probably around 250, and I think he got down to 205 for a fight, and he's huge. So
right.
Yeah.
so everybody at 205, don't hit me up.
I love the chat about the the cross sport training, because in like rugby, our rugby coach made us train in ballet, so then we could be lighter on our feet to do the steps and stuff like that. And if you've seen rugby players, they don't look like the most ballet kind of guys. So which sport do you think like transitions the best into what you want to do as a fighter?
Man, I would say wrestling. I've played football growing up. I played basketball growing up, but I feel as though wrestling, not, first of all, like as an athlete, there isn't a sport like wrestling that is going to, take so much out of you. I mean, you first learn how to cut weight wrestling. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then as kind of like this young man in high school, that's when you just kind of start looking at yourself in the mirror like Peter Parker, like, oh, like I'm wrestling. I'm starting to get a little muscular. But if you're a real fighter, most fights, you're gonna end up in some type of clinch. You might get taken to the ground. That's on any level. It could be a street fight. It could be in a gym. You guys are going to come together. So I think, your wrestling, your jiu-jitsu is very important. I've been able to survive in this game off my striking, but I definitely understand that to be successful on this next level, I got to put a lot more time into my ground game.
Well, I know you're working with a management team. You guys got any plans coming up for a fight? Or are you guys feeling it out right now?
Well, Brandon Lambert, has my name in his mouth just off seeing me sign my management deal. So it would be nice to go in there and teach him how to box.
Let's get that done.
I hope so. I mean, I think that's a money fight. He's entertaining. I'm entertaining. I hope me and Brandon get to do it.
We'll have to get Brandon on here and sort out the fight. We'll have to really start stoking it up.
Oh, yeah. Fire. I need y'all help, man.
Well, we're with you because I want to see that fight. Anybody who's interested, go check out this man's Facebook. There was some real entertaining commentary going on between these two warriors.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Brandon, man. Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, there's full respect for Brandon here. By
I
the way,
got
he just
paid,
wants to
man.
fight you.
I love
Yeah.
Brandon, man.
He just wants to fight you. That's all.
I don't know what he wants to do, man, but I'm letting him know, hey, man, it's nothing but love, nothing but respect. But hey, you don't really want to be looking at me across the ring. You don't really want to.
That's the greatest thing about MMA, though, is there can be trash talk, there can be a little animosity.
Oh, yeah.
But there's always respect because you know at the end of the day, you're going to get to punch that guy in the face and he's going to be able to punch you in the face.
Oh, yeah. That's why I always try to keep it respectful and honorable because, you know, I never really know who these guys are. You know, I don't pick who I fight. They say, you know, we got such and such and he's from this gym. And I'm like, set it up. You know, I don't. So it's never anything personal. It's just business. And I just kind of feel like the skills that I have, man, I can dance with anybody. So, you know, if it's Brandon or whoever it is, man, you know, you in there with me. I'm not in there with you. So.
Yeah, like I said, I watched an interview with you. I forget the name of the podcast off the top of my head, or I'd give them a shout out right now.
It was probably the Unprofessional Breakdown.
That's exactly what it was. On the Unprofessional, shout out
to Lou. Shout out to Babo.
Yes. And so I was watching you on there, and it really struck me as, okay, yes, you are a fighter, and there's always a level of ego that goes with a fighter and that profession. But you are such a humble guy. And I was very impressed on how you were speaking on, and don't get me wrong, every fighter wants to win, every competitor and athlete wants to win, but that's not what the whole thing is about for you.
No, I just kind of feel like, you know, there are people who do not really care about you per se or like your career. It's what's your record without even seeing you fight. When I came into this game, I never said, hey, I'm going to go undefeated or I'm going to be this. When I came into this game, I said, you know what? I want to put on the best fights. When I get in there, I want to swing for the fences. I want people to say, man, win, lose, or draw. I want people to say, man, that was a hell of a fight, man. You gave it your all. Like that, you know, you could win a fight and then it's like you automatically have to put that behind you and get ready for the next one. They really don't. Especially on the amateur side, where you're supposed to be learning and getting experience. Winning and losing, it shouldn't matter. You're going 0-0 when you turn pro anyway.
Yes, absolutely. And what I love about MMA, and this isn't a shot at boxing because I like boxing too, but if Canelo loses, it kills his next pay-per-view. Or if Floyd lost, it's kind of the era of Floyd Mayweather, where MMA, you can take a beating and still get a big money fight because of the way you stood there and stood your ground and fought like a warrior.
It's tough. It's the hardest part about fighting for me because, you know, you watch so many different sports and guys lose all the time. Teams lose all the time, but it's like you can be a top guy, take a loss, and then people are saying you should retire. And that's hard, man. It's like, what? I'm one of the best guys in the world. And you feel as though because someone who was training for me, you know, found something in my game that maybe I need to just change up and go at it again, you think I should retire? Wow. But your
MMA fans are crazy because Conor McGregor, of all people, loses to Dustin Poirier, and they're like, Conor's got too much money. He can't fight anymore. And I'm like, you think he woke up and forgot how to fight? He just got caught. Dustin stung him, and Dustin is a monster.
And the thing is like we're talking about the best guys in the world. So once you tell these guys to retire, who are we supposed to watch?
It was like when Anthony Joshua lost to the Mexican guy. I can't remember his name. And it's like the dudes, like everybody in the UK was like massive, like Anthony Joshua hasn't got it. Tyson Fury's now our favorite fighter because Tyson's this, Tyson's that. And like, obviously people love Tyson Fury as well. Very looking forward to that fight.
So unloyal.
And it's just like the dude had an anxiety attack walking into the ring And that's the reason he got, like, he then gave the guy the beat down the next time round. And it's still like, nah, Tyson Fury's my guy. Like,
yeah, I mean, it only takes one punch. I mean, we're in there for rounds. It really only takes one. And, you know, I think good fighters who don't run from people, who fight, someone's gonna catch you. Like, you know, if you're actually out there being a warrior, accepting fights, and you got a title, you're defending the title, man, somebody's gonna catch you. That's it.
No, absolutely. Think about, I mean, you think about MMA, it's like there is not undefeated fighters walking around in big numbers. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have a few guys who are at the pinnacle of it. You got a Khabib who knows if the right guy could beat him sooner or later, though. Now, Khabib's young enough. Sooner or later, somebody would catch him if he kept fighting.
Khabib has definitely, you know, I think he's kind of shown some brilliant striking. Well, and I say brilliant because we didn't think he had the striking. We knew what he could do as far as wrestling, but then he gets in there with Conor, and everybody's like, "Hey, if Conor catches him with that left, it's night-night." But no, he got outstriked. You get what I'm saying? So this is a crazy game. This is
nobody goes undefeated, really. I mean, it's one of those where there's no shame in taking a loss, and that's what drives me nuts about boxing. As much as I like boxing, it's like quit trying to protect their records and just throw them in against each other.
Oh no,
we can handle it.
You're definitely. You might not see that on the top level because it's a little bit harder to run, I think. Right. But on the lower levels, you see it, man. You see these bottom level professionals, protecting their records, trying to get to 5-0 so that, someone will see them. No one, and that's what I mean about the record. That's why I don't care about the record, because like you're gonna fight bums until you get to 4-0, 5-0, just to get a look from the UFC, and you're not even UFC battle tested. You get what I'm saying? But then you'll have someone like myself who has taken some losses, but I fought the best guys in the state.
Oh, and the guys from Bellator and UFC and one champion, they can look even on a loss and see like, oh, this guy's got something. Your record to them, they're probably not even paying attention to your record unless it's what I think he's 7-0, I should check him out. But once
people need to look at performances.
Right.
We need to look at performances. Who's like Kevin Holland? He puts on a great performance. I'm talking about crazy striking. Probably could work on the ground game a little bit, but he's also entertaining. And that's what I feel as though that I have over some of these guys too, because I have some skill and everybody just, everybody gravitates towards me, So
I can tell that just from your social media.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in good fun though. All in good fun.
Maddie, you got anything else?
I'm good. Like that was like, I'm stunned by the answer. I was like, I haven't even thought of that before. Because I'm a big boxing fan, and it's like, oh yeah, shit. I suppose there are guys who have lost 2 fights who put on an absolutely awesome show, but I haven't seen them in ages. Right.
Yeah. Gotcha. But
some of the best losses I've ever seen was Nate Diaz.
Oh yeah, and he's a problem, and he is well-rounded. The boxers respect his game. You know what he can do on the ground as far as his jiu-jitsu. He's a problem.
He might not beat every guy every time he fights, but he absolutely has the potential to beat everybody he fights.
He's going to great. Yeah. I mean, I think the Masvidal one, that could have went either way. Either way, whoever wins that one, their stock goes up. So, you can't even really, you know what I mean? Like, if you actually love the game, nobody's looking at Nate Diaz like he needs to take time off and everything like that, because we know what he does. We know what he brings to the table.
Yeah, and it's just like put on a show. Like it's an entertainment thing. Like Jay Gotham said.
It's like, you know what type of fight you're going to get out of him. And I just kind of feel like we need to pay attention more to how guys are winning, so we're not getting these, lower level pros with their padded records taking all the spotlight.
And like to go back to the internet views talk, it was I think it was Jay Gotham who said this. He was like, he came in the first round of one of his street beefs fights with like a flying knee, and he says, but if I connect that I'm going to be famous. Like, if
Oh,
I connect
yeah.
that, everybody goes mad. So, like, Pat McAfee starts talking about Shinigami because he knocks out Detail, like, with a kick to the head. And you think, yeah, that's a great way to think about it in the current views cycle. Go out, put on a show. Don't care about your
Right.
record. If you get beat, you get beat. But
Oh,
at least
yeah.
you could
I mean,
knock out a guy.
I mean, it's different on the pro level. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
You definitely have to be a little bit more aware of, who you fight because of the losses. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go out there swinging for the fences, man. Win, lose, or draw. That's just me.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you coming on. I'm excited to watch where you go from here.
Yes, sir.
Want to give everybody a shout where they can go get that merch one more time?
Oh, yeah, you can definitely go to teamreaper.com, and search for Dowen Dangerous with the bronze lion on there. And, get you a hoodie, a T-shirt. You can switch it over, get you a jersey, get you a snapback for the summer. Like I said, the drip ain't never going to stop. So.
And then where can people watch your fights as well if they're wanting to watch you fight?
Most of the promotions have been posting them on YouTube. So you can find, if you're not on my social media already, you can find me on YouTube.
Otherwise, go and check out his social media. You will not be disappointed. It's definitely entertaining. I got an enjoyment just out of reading comments this morning before we had the interview. So, yeah, definitely go check out Dowen.
Hey, Brandon Lambert, sign the contract.
So, he's part of bare knuckle boxing?
At BKFC, yeah. I don't think they want you to call it because there might be another bare knuckle boxing.
Enough.
Yeah,
but whoever runs that promotion, you heard it here. Get my man Dangerous in there and let's get this signed and let these two figure it out man to man instead of over social media.
He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke.
Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much, you guys. I'll drop that link below. You can check out my man Dangerous with Team Reaper. Check him out on Facebook. Are you on Instagram, Twitter, and those things?
Yes,
too?
sir. Dowen_Dangerous on Instagram. I'm on Twitter at Dowen Dangerous.
So there you go. Go and follow him. You won't be disappointed, and we'll watch this man grow as a warrior. It has been an honor. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on, man. Y'all cool, man. Appreciate you.
Great, man.
All right, guys. Oh, go ahead, Maddie. Sorry.
I was just going to say, don't forget to follow all of our stuff as well. Go look at our YouTube. Go look at our other interviews on MMA Underground on Facebook as well.
Yeah. I'm going to stay in tune with y'all. Definitely.
Yes, Maddie.
Yeah, cheers, man.
You put it out there so I didn't have to do the whole YouTube, Facebook.
I know. I always feel bad for you. I always feel bad for you having to do the plugs at the end.
I feel like I'm pimping myself, and it's not really my thing, but it's what you do with these.
He got you, though.
People don't listen. What am I doing here?
He got you, though. He got your back. He making sure everybody knows where to find y'all. So.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio.
Hey.